So it defaults to 10 seconds, and you have to hit extend video to make it go longer than 10 seconds.
Gotcha. So you're shooting right now?
Yeah.
How does it look?
Looks okay. I can show you what it looks like. Let's see. It's not. So that's not exactly. It's not exactly live. It's not that.
Right,
It's not that.
a little bit.
Yeah, and it records at 720 frames, 720p rather, and 30 frames a second. So.
Yeah, exactly. So then you can do that. Can you record? Obviously, I knew you were doing that because
Right.
you just said.
But also, you see here the prism is lit up.
Oh, I do.
So that means it's on. It doesn't mean that I'm recording necessarily. It just means it's on. Anytime I'm doing anything, that prism's lit up. That's what I see. I mean, so you know that when you look this way, you see, oh, there's something. He's doing something. I don't, I could be playing a game or something like that. But
And that's actually a pretty relevant point, isn't it? Because in terms of understanding the technology and what we're talking about here is by looking at now that you've said that, and
Right.
more people will realize this as these become more common, I can tell if you're doing something or if you're not based on the prism there, right?
Right. Yeah. And also, I have to say, okay, glass, record a video.
So you can't do it with the.
There is a shutter button up here
Okay.
that you can hold down, but it's kind of like snap a picture. It looks like the shutter button of cameras of old, not cell phones, but like cameras. Take a picture.
So this isn't so surreptitious as it. I mean, the technology doesn't really allow real surreptitious recording. Is that what you're saying?
I don't think it does. No, people like to say that it does, but you see that I'm recording right now. I said, okay, glass, record a video, and anyone in earshot knew I was recording.
Gotcha. So then tell me about, let's just back up to what we're doing here. So it was just in the last week, right? You went up to...
Last Thursday, yes.
Last Thursday for dinner, is that right?
Yeah.
And so what happened?
My partner and I went to Lost Lake Cafe on Capitol Hill, and we'd been there, I think, 7 times before. I looked at my credit card statement, and no problem with glass. Every time I've been there with glass, I actually had members of the staff ask me to see it and try it on when I was there before. But this time, it was different. Manager came over and said, and asked me to remove that. And I said, why? Everyone here has cell phones. And she said, well, it's the owner's policy that at his other restaurants that glass is banned. And I knew 5 Points Cafe had a ban on it, and I knew that the two restaurants had a relationship. I just didn't know what it was. I didn't know if they were the same owner. I think on their site it says they're cousin restaurants. So I said, well, I understand that that's a dive bar and it has different policies and rules, and they've been very public about their stance against Google Glass. I've never seen anything about that here. Can you show me where I have it, where I didn't see that? And she said, no, we don't have any written policy on that or whatnot, but you're either going to have to remove them or leave. And they don't fold up. They're just, there's one titanium band here, so you can't really fold them up and put them away. They'd still be on the table or somewhere else. So I decided to leave at that point.
So you had been there 7 times?
7 times, yes.
7 times, and it worn Google Glass each time?
Every time. I wear it everywhere I go.
How long have you had it, by the way?
Since June 19th of this year.
Okay, you know the exact date.
I've been looking all this stuff up.
Is it a big part of your life?
I think it is. I think technology is. I'm covered in wearables. I have a smartwatch here. I have the Fitbit Flex over here. This is even the new one. This is the Force, actually. I just got rid of the Flex, and I think that technology has always been a part of my life. I used to write for Boy Genius Report, small portable site and stuff like that, and I think that portable electronics, stuff like that, has always been a part of my life, and I think that it's become a part of everyone's life. I mean, there's a woman walking by me right now, and I don't even know who she is or what she is, but I'm sure she has a cell phone in her pocket, and who knows, in 10 years she might have a Google Glass on her face.
So you went in there, you've done it before, and were you surprised then to hear that you were asked to...
Yeah, like I said, I wasn't expecting it. I do have a pouch that comes with, that I carry with me at places that I know that I might not be able to wear glass, such as like a movie theater or something like that. So I bring that as a just in case, but I didn't feel that need to have that just in case. I've been there 7 times and never was a problem before. I wasn't anticipating the reaction that I got.
And I think you had posted something about this restaurant is, I haven't been there, but it's fairly social media savvy, right? In the sense that there is an invitation.
On their menu, they list, they ask that you post on Instagram photos with the hashtag Lost Lake Cafe. It doesn't say just post of your food, it says post photos and they'll show up on our website. And if you go to their website, there's a grid of photos that have been taken from members of people that have just patrons that have gone there. So it seems like they want people to be taking photos in there, but then they don't want the devices that take these photos in there.
Can you understand why this would make people uncomfortable?
I don't like my photo being taken. I don't like being on camera. So I understand that aspect of it, but I know that everywhere I look, there's a camera, there's a photo, there's someone taking a selfie that I might have been in the background of. If you go into a Starbucks, every Starbucks averages 12 cameras, and everybody goes to Starbucks, and you're on camera everywhere you go. So I think the whole notion of privacy and that you're not being recorded, privacy is just this vapor now. It doesn't really exist anymore. You don't have any space where you're not being recorded at some point. Even Lost Lake has cameras.
But here, for example, I mean, we have a camera that you cannot miss, this camera.
This is true.
But even when people take photos with their cell phone, you know, it's pretty obvious.
Right.
But until you explain to me this fairly new technology, you can kind of see how people might go, well, what's that guy doing? Isn't he recording me right now?
Right. And right now, I'm recording you with my camera on my phone. You had no idea. I'm just talking with my hands, but I'm over here, it's recording right now. And it's not going to be the best recording because I'm waving it all around and all. But just because it's in your face doesn't mean that you're necessarily recording or you're being recorded. I think that with Google Glass, I have to look at you and say, okay, Glass, record a video. And I have to look at you to record you. I can record him without even looking at him, the camera guy over here. So, and I'm not even looking at him, but I'm just holding my phone.
So is any place sacred, do you think?
No, I don't think so. I think that everywhere you go, you're being recorded. And even when you go to the movie theater, they've got cameras in there looking for people recording. So...
And when you were at the restaurant, were you recording?
No. It's off 99% of the time. Google Glass is not like this with the prism on like this all the time. It's off 99% of the time. I think what Google Glass is best functionality for is those micro interactions that help you interact with things outside of the world you're living in right now. Or sometimes even with the world you're living in. I'll be walking down the road and get a ping that, oh, there's a cafe nearby. Oh, well, maybe go check it out. Get a ping that says, text, oh, I'm not going to be home till after 7 tonight. And I just glance up, and I'm back to you. Like, it's just instead of pulling my phone out, unlocking it, typing in the password, looking at it, going to the app, and interacting with like that, I've just interacted with that, read it, and now I'm back in this conversation.
Now, in your post, you were pretty critical of the person who asked you to leave, and you did leave, right? Is that what happened? And you basically were trying to get this person fired.
I felt at the time that they were acting against the wishes of the owner, that there was no said policy, and I felt that if you're at your job and you do something that the owner of your company doesn't want you to be doing, you should be held responsible. Turns out she was acting in the way the owner wanted her to be acting, so she was in the right, and I may have been in the wrong at that point. But like I said, if I go to my job right now and start using profanity or dressing odd in tattered clothes, the owner of my company doesn't want that. So he's going to release me from my employment.
So what do you make of how this story's taken off?
I wish I wouldn't have said that last part about her losing her job. I think that sullied my point, and Glass and Google's whole point of the technology and whatnot. I think that it pushed the story off of the Glass necessarily and onto me, and I think that's an unfortunate thing. I think that the manager of Lost Lake actually tweeted me and said, "Hey, thanks for all the free PR. Come in for a beer. No glass allowed." I declined.
That's a pretty good response on his part. Will you go back?
No. I wear this everywhere I go. Everywhere I'm out in public, everywhere I'm at home. I don't take it off unless there's a place that there's a real reason to not wear it, like a movie theater. You can record the whole, well, you couldn't, but the camera's only going to last about 45 minutes. But they've already made that stipulation. It's a place I want to go to. Lost Lake is just a place I wanted to grab a bite to eat.
Do you get weird looks?
Yes and no. I think that walking on the road, in Seattle, it's a more tech progressive city, but you'll get people that look at you and look at it and try to figure out what it is, and oh, that's what it is, and then they try to look at the form factor and look at it because they may not have seen it before. I think that most of the reactions when people come up to me are positive, but you get the occasional, like, someone walking by like this.
You really do, wow. Do people, I mean, what do you do when you go to a public restroom?
I put them on my forehead, like this.
I see. So that's sort of a way of, I mean, people aren't yet, I don't think, getting all of these subtle hints, but that's the idea of what...
Right. Yeah, every time I go to the bathroom, I'll take them off, put them on my forehead.
It's just little things you're trying to do to make it work. Okay, well, that's fascinating. Well, so really, aside from the regret about the personal situation, otherwise, that's the regret in this, it sounds like.
Yes. Yeah.
Things taken off.
Yeah.
Are we going to see more of these conflicts, you think, or are we going to work this stuff out?
I think, unfortunately, every state and every city has different laws. In California, someone was pulled over recently and got a ticket while wearing Google Glass. I think that there's going to have to be case law written before precedents get set, and I think it's in this wishy-washy area right now. I know California is a two-way consent state for recording, but is someone going to try to come after me because I have glass and try to?
Is it recording audio?
It is, yes.
Okay, because I think that
yeah, that's the yeah.
Even too. So, well, it's fascinating stuff. Thank you so much.
Yeah, not a problem.
And we do want to get a few more shots. Yeah, exactly. Thank you for that. And if you're able to shoot me, I know that's probably a super long email, but if you're able to send that.
Oh yeah.
And even with a thing you just on your phone, because that's pretty demonstrative.
Which part?
What you just shot him. Did you actually record video when you was?
No, because it would be showing me recording it at the same time. You know what I mean?
Right. No, but when you took out your phone. Oh, I see. Because it's all hooked. You can only do one thing at a time. Right?
Yeah. So if I show you what's going on right now, it's going to show me recording.
Right.
So obviously,
That's right.
I'm just looking at the thing. I mean, I can stop recording though.
Yeah, if you don't, we'd love to.